My name is Vasiliki Stefos. My husband is Yanni Stefos. We came to America 52 years ago.
1966, January 17.
Yeah.
We came to this country. We have two daughters at that time. My oldest daughter was 12 years old, and my second daughter was 4. Of course, after a few years, I make another one over here. So thank the God. God bless America.
And God bless America. We are so happy here.
The feeling was, oh my goodness, well, where are we? This is like a whole nother world.
I am grateful that we are Greek and for all the Greekness and the things that we do that make us different. Now I embrace it.
I'm an American citizen, but that's just legal. I am a Greek American. Very proud of it.
My name is Shula, and I am the firstborn. I was 14 when we immigrated here to the United States, and actually my real name is not Shula, it's Aspasia, which was my grandmother's name. But Shula is a nickname, and when we came through the immigration process, the gentleman who asked me, he said, "What is your name?" And I said to him, "It's Sula," but he decided it should be spelled S-H-O-U-L-A. So I couldn't understand when we first came why people were calling me Shula as opposed to Sula, and it was just too cumbersome to make the correction. So it's Shula.
My name is Anna Stefos. I never changed my name when I got married because I wanted to hang on to our Greek name. I was 4 years old when we came here, and I don't remember a lot, but I do remember some things.
Hi, my name is Maria Stefos Engat. My parents moved here in the mid-60s, and I have 2 sisters that came with them. I was born about a year and a half or 2 years later. So I'm a natural-born citizen.
We came to America 52 years ago.
1966, January 17.
Yeah.
We came to this country.
No language, no nothing. We have my father here, he helped us. My husband, he born in Piraeus, close to Athens, Greece.
The biggest port
in
Greece, the name is Piraeus.
Piraeus. Myself, I born in a Greek island. So, and I come back to Athens the time I was to go to the high school. We come back, all the family, to Athens. So I finished the high school, and then after 1-2 years, I married. The time I was young in the island, it was the Second War. My father, he was in America. He was chef in the U of M, the college chef. He can send us money. We have nothing. Everybody, the neighbors, they know our father, he was far away, and we have a problem. I remember me and my sister, she was young of me. We go into the farm. They have potatoes. They pick up the potatoes, and after that they told us, you can pick up potatoes if you want it, the small one, they don't want it. So me and my sister, we have the little kalathaki, a basket. So we put them the potatoes and we go home, stuff like that, you know. Or pick up flowers like flowers for the, and we're going to sell the flowers.
My family, I lost my father. He was 38 years old. And it was very hard for my mother because she has 3 boys to grow up, to educate. So she was working at the factory and we went to the schools. She educated us to make valuable people. After 20 years old, you gotta go to the army. The army kept me 3 years. So we engaged. That time we need each other. So after 3 years in the army, I go back and we got married. And we have like I say before, the 2 daughters.
We survived, we was okay. And then they opened, after the war, my father, he called us, we see him, he's coming to Greece, and he take us over here, so thank God.
I left my mother and my 2 brothers, and of course my mother-in-law, who loved me like his own son.
It was a little bit hard, it was hard.
It was a little bit hard. At the beginning it was hard.
The family, it was, in the airport, they cry, we cry, but it's okay. As soon as we go into the airplane,
we came from Athens to New York, and from New York to spend a night over there. Next day we came to Detroit.
We came on a plane. It was in January. What I do remember is looking outside and seeing piles of snow. There were mountains of it. There had been a huge snowstorm, had never seen snow before.
It was below zero. The temperature was not used to. Not even New York, not even over Greece.
The feeling was, oh my goodness, well, where are we? This is like a whole nother world. During those first few hours in that day is my grandfather's car, because it was snowing, it was the windshield wipers, the automatic wipers going on and off, and thinking, oh man, these are so cool in America. Because they were automatic as opposed to a continuous wipe. So that's what I remember from the very first day.
I remember they gave me the question to write, I like America. And I knew, because I make a little practice at home, and I did okay, I like America. So, and your daddy, they asked him, you like your house, your home? And he said, yes, I have a nice home. After 5 years, 5 years or 4
years? 5 years. After 5
we
years.
were okay, we passed, they give us the...
We answered the question to the immigration, and he approved to be American citizen.
For the most part, I really spoke no English when we moved here. So they put me into a regular school grade, 6th grade, and middle school, junior high at the time. And that was very difficult because I could not keep up. Although in math, as it turned out, I was a year and a half ahead. Cass Tech High School had a class for foreign-born students. So we were a classroom of about 35. Very few spoke each other's language except for a couple of Hispanic children. But we were not allowed to speak our native tongue anyway. And so it was a total immersion You don't understand a word at first, and then slowly things start making sense. And then from there, we each went to our respective schools and respective grades.
I do remember being in kindergarten and all the kids were like over here and I was over there because I didn't understand what they were saying and I didn't speak what they were speaking. So I do remember being isolated, but not like extensively. I just have little snapshots of that in my head. But at home it was always Greek.
We say, you better speak Greek in the house. You have to speak Greek in the house.
My parents didn't speak anything else, so I already learned it very well. And I remember I went to kindergarten my first day of school, and I wouldn't speak English.
No language, no nothing. We have my father here, he helped us. But it was good because my husband, he's mechanic, tool and die maker, he knows everything about. And he have a job after 3 days. He's going to working and everybody, they was surprised because he did so good, but no language.
Anything we do at the shop,
Yeah.
read the blueprint.
The blueprint, that's all. The kids, they, little by little, you know, I start to learn a little bit. And I remember I was in the Sesame Street with the kids, and I learned from that.
Still we have some kind of problem with the language.
Yeah,
We don't know the language.
especially me.
Myself, after work, late on the Redford, 6 miles in Grand River, it was a school over there, high school, and at night it was a lady who teaching English. So anytime I was not working so many hours, and I have a time, I was at the school to learn the English. My daughter who born this country still remember in the morning she get up, you know, she's not there in the home, and at night she go back, never see the daddy too, because daddy was working overtime.
Probably until I was about 4 or 5. I remember he would come home and I would say, I never see you. When am I going to see you? I never see you. And eventually, after another year or two, he had Sundays off, and he worked holidays. He was always gone, but he worked his way up and worked very hard.
All the Greeks, they are hardworking, you know. And all the Greeks we are, you know, proud about. Because we working hard and we make it.
Still, I saved the $3,000 and I put a down payment and buy my first house in Redford. I was working so many hours and I was looking for a better area to buy a house. So I sell my house over there and I buy a house in Livonia, where I'm still living, and with a God will, we're 89 years old now.
You
So
are.
thank the God. I am.
Nami,
Yeah. So what do you mean? One year you are born
No, 2
29, 1929,
Yeah.
I born 1928.
same as
1
you.
year. That's the truth.
When I was younger, elementary school, like I never wanted my parents to speak Greek to me in public because I didn't want to be different. And I didn't want people to look at us like, what's going on over there? What are they saying?
Other students that I was weird because I looked different. And so there's a group that basically ignored. There's a group that poked fun, but they poked fun at other people too, the bullies.
I don't remember anything except for walking into that classroom and seeing all these people and all the noise and being freaked out because I knew I had to speak English. But didn't want to.
Yaya never made me what I would call normal lunches. She would pack things like hot dogs in my lunch, like steak sandwiches and Greek things like that.
There were several that would make jokes, and at the time I really wasn't sure what was going on, and we just nod my head and smile.
We got bullied a little bit for looking different and speaking different. We didn't really look like other kids, meaning Yaya and Papu were not always up on the latest hairstyle. Yaya used to sew our clothes because they didn't have a lot of money to buy clothes, so she would make our clothes. So there was a little bit of that, kids being mean about that.
Yaya, I remember her, she always took very much pride in I remember her dressing me and getting me ready for school. I always looked really nice. You know, she would braid my hair, or she would, somehow put my hair up. And I remember sitting and eating my cereal while she did my hair.
I was very lucky. I was sort of adopted by a group of friends. There were 7 of us, and I'm 62 now. We call ourselves the Magnificent Seven, and we still see each other 2 to 3 times a year and have reunions. But they kind of adopted me and found the fact that I spoke another language exciting and interesting.
My best friend that's, I've known her since middle school, has so many fond memories of coming to Greek Easter and just being around the house and eating Greek food, and just the way that we did things in our house was different, just the traditions, and she loves those memories. So, most of my friends embraced it, but that was when they were older. When we were younger, we just didn't want to be different, and so we tried to keep that out of everybody's knowledge.
My close friends, yeah, absolutely, they knew, and they knew my mom and dad, and they loved my parents. I don't think anybody that's met them hasn't really liked them a lot.
I have such a nice neighbor, very nice neighbor, so I can't believe it. If I'm going to the bank, I told them I don't speak English. I give the check, they give me the money. If I'm going to the grocery store, they help me a lot. I can't believe it.
We were going, to church fairly regularly. In the beginning, I think it provided a community of support with similar language and other people that you could ask questions of, and they could fill you in on things that you needed to know about. So the church reinforced the cultural norms, and the parents were very insistent that we maintain those within the house.
I went to church. It was an Orthodox church, Greek Orthodox, and I had, at least in Greek, they call catechism, which is Catholic. It's called Sunday school in Greek. So in the Orthodox church. So I went to Sunday school and learned all the Bible and learned about Christ and where I am in this world.
It's a joy for me, a source of pride.
I definitely appreciate everything that we have here, and I appreciate what Yaya and Papu went through.
Something that my dad always wanted was, and he told us all, is that one thing you guys are going to get for sure is you're going to go to college and you're going to get your degree, so you never have to ever rely on anybody for the rest of your life.
I, of course, am thankful for my family. I am grateful that we are Greek, and for all the Greekness and the things that we do that make us different. Now I embrace it. When I was younger, I tried to hide it. Now I'm just so proud of it.
I appreciate, first of all, the people. They are such a nice people. My neighbors, they are such a nice neighbor.
Helpful
Every
people.
time I make a Greek cookie, I give it to them, they love it. We love them, they love us. They are very nice people.
So thank the God God bless America.
And God bless America. We are so happy here.
You know, their generation had a lot of parties, and the ladies would all dress up and the men would dress up, and they would have music and
Parties. They would have holiday parties, Halloween parties, birthday parties, surprise parties for friends, and
A lot
Everybody
of
will
parties.
dance
A lot of
in.
parties.
All the Greeks, they do that. We party in the basement, all the friends, they come in.
at least once a month there was something going on in our basement. It seemed like that to me. They were partiers. They really had joy in their listening to their music and dancing together,
The dancing, the Greeks, they dance, they love to dance in.
being with friends, and just having some drinks, and opa, how that goes.